Hello and welcome to English for Everyone, where we practice real-life American English. Today we're going to learn to avoid some important mistakes. But first, let's watch a clip.
You could watch, and also you could learn English in a fun and enjoyable way. Now hit the like button below and let's get started.
All right, let's learn English in a fun and enjoyable way. Let's watch another clip.
I want you to listen to this video and then pause it every 5 seconds and try to repeat what I said with exactly same intonation.
Repeat what I said with exactly same intonation. Exactly same intonation? We cannot say this. When you have the word same, you have to use the word the. The same is correct. Not with exactly same intonation, but with exactly the same intonation. We need the word the. It's very important. So, example. He wants you to repeat what he said with exactly the same intonation. Let's practice. Does he want you to repeat what he said with exactly the same intonation? That's right, he wants you to repeat what he said with exactly the same intonation. Let's watch another clip.
Learning English fast has 3 key ingredients, and they will remind you your childhood.
They will remind you your childhood? Did he really say that? Let's watch it again.
Learning English fast has 3 key ingredients, and they will remind you your childhood.
He did. He said they will remind you your childhood. Well, don't repeat this because this is wrong. We need of. They will remind you of your childhood. Of is very important here. When you have the verb remind, you need of. Example, the song reminds me of home. So it's correct to say, they will remind you of your childhood. Look at these old pictures. They will remind you of your childhood. I cannot say they will remind you your childhood, but it's correct to say they will remind you of your childhood. Let's practice. Talking about these old pictures, will they remind you of your childhood? That's right, they will remind you of your childhood. Let's watch another clip.
Ole, we're recording this video for the YouTube. That's cool, awesome. You're going to be on the YouTube.
For the YouTube? You're going to be on the YouTube? We don't say this. It's just YouTube. There's no article the. We don't say the YouTube. It's just for YouTube. You're going to be on YouTube. No the is necessary. Don't use the with YouTube. So example, I'm making this video for YouTube. I'm going to be on YouTube. Let's practice. What am I making this video for? That's right, I'm making this video for YouTube. Am I going to be on YouTube? That's right, I'm going to be on YouTube. Not the YouTube, just YouTube. Let's watch another clip.
Which means that I have only 1 minute to run from the taxi to actual bus.
I have 1 minute to run from the taxi to actual bus? To actual bus? We cannot say this. We need an article. To the actual bus. Or just to the bus. I don't know why it's actual. So he's going to run from the taxi to the bus. When you talk about bus, we need articles. A bus or the bus. Here it's a specific bus, so we say the bus. So again, he's going to run from the taxi to the bus. Let's practice. Is he going to run from the taxi to the bus? That's right, he's going to run from the taxi to the bus. Let's watch another clip.
And guess what's going to happen next? I'm going to hop on ferry and ride to the other side of this street.
I'm going to hop on ferry. Again, we're talking about ferry. Like we talked about bus, we need the ferry. We cannot say I'm going to hop on ferry. Let's watch that again.
And guess what's going to happen next? I'm going to hop on ferry and ride to the other side of this street.
I'm going to hop on ferry and ride to the other side of this street? That's not a street, that's a river. I don't know what he's thinking, but he's teaching you that a river is a street. It's not. That's a river. It's made of water. And when you say ferry, you have to say a ferry or the ferry. So example, he's going to hop on the ferry and ride to the other side of the river. Let's talk about hop on. This is an expression when you get on transportation. You can hop on the bus, you can hop on the ferry, you can hop on the train. So let's practice. Is he going to hop on the ferry and ride to the other side of the river? That's right, he's going to hop on the ferry and ride to the other side of the river. Let's talk about the ferry. The ferry he's going to ride is just for people. It's a boat for people, transportation. But you can also have a ferry that takes cars on water. They carry cars over water. That's a ferry too. Thank you for watching and keep watching for more. First, this is not correct.
Because I studied from this university exactly 1 year ago.
I cannot say I studied from this university exactly 1 year ago. If I use the verb study, I have to use the preposition at. It's correct to say I studied at this university exactly 1 year ago. We can use the preposition from if we say graduated. You can say I graduated from this university exactly 1 year ago. But we cannot say I studied from this university exactly 1 year ago. This is not correct. So let's practice. Did she study at that university exactly 1 year ago? That's right, she studied at that university exactly 1 year ago. Did she graduate from that university exactly 1 year ago? That's right, she graduated from that university exactly 1 year ago. This is also not correct.
This is a typical classroom in the College of Law, but in other colleges, their classrooms may look differently.
I cannot say their classrooms look differently. We cannot use an adverb with the verb look. We have to use the adjective different. It's correct to say their classrooms look different. But we cannot say their classrooms look differently. We have to say different. Because with the verb look, we have to use an adjective. It's correct to say their classrooms look different. Let's talk about the difference between different and differently. If I use verbs like look, sound, and taste, I have to use the adjective different. For example, they look different. I cannot say they look differently. Let's practice. Do they look different? That's right, they look different. And I can say they sound different. I cannot say they sound differently. They sound different. Let's practice. Do they sound different? That's right, they sound different. Or if I use the verb taste, I cannot say they taste differently, I say they taste different. I have to use the adjective different. Let's practice. Do they taste different? That's right, they taste different. So when can I say differently? With different verbs. Example, they play the instrument differently. I'm describing the verb play. With this verb, we use an adverb, differently. They play the instrument differently. Let's practice. Do they play the instrument differently? That's right, they play the instrument differently. This is also not correct.
Inversion. You need to understand how to use it and what it means. Here comes the trouble. See, inversion in the word order is used to highlight our emotions. The action comes first, and who or what does the action comes second.
I cannot say the action come first. The action is singular, so I have to change the verb with an S and say the action comes first. The action comes first in an inverted structure. For example, when an action comes first in an inverted structure, so am I. We don't say so I am, the action comes first. So am I. Am is the action, and it comes first before the pronoun. Example, if someone says, I'm hungry, you can say, so am I. The action comes first. It's an inverted structure. Let's practice. I'm hungry. That's right, so am I. It's like saying me too, and it's an inverted structure, so the action comes first. I cannot say the action come first. The action comes first. This is also not correct.
I will be very excited if you take that course to speed up your way to the advanced level in English.
I cannot say to speed up your way to the advanced level in English. We need to change a few things. First, we don't say the way. You can say to speed up your progress. To speed up your progress to the advanced level in English, it's not a specific level, so we would use the article a, maybe a more advanced level of English. That sounds better. So it's correct to say to speed up your progress to a more advanced level in English. That's correct. So let's practice. Do you want to speed up your progress to a more advanced level in English? That's right. I want to speed up my progress to a more advanced level in English. This is also not correct.
And in a nutshell, what you need to start doing is immerse yourself into language.
I cannot say, in a nutshell, what do you need to start doing is immerse yourself into language. First, we cannot use a question structure. I cannot use do in this sentence because it's not a direct question. I cannot use do. So eliminate do. In a nutshell, what you need to start doing is immerse yourself into language. Well, we're talking about specific language, so we have to say the. In the language or into the language. It's a specific language. We have to say the. So it's correct to say, in a nutshell, what you need to start doing is immerse yourself in the language. In a nutshell, it's an expression. It means basically or in a short statement. In a nutshell, in a short statement. So again, in a nutshell, what you need to start doing is immerse yourself in the language. Let's practice. So, in a nutshell, what do you need to start doing? That's right. In a nutshell, what you need to start doing is immerse yourself in the language. This is also not correct.
And then you can actually interact in language.
In this case, I cannot say you can actually interact in language. I'm talking about a specific language, so I have to say the language. It's correct to say you can actually interact in the language. Or you can use the preposition with. It's correct to say you can actually interact with the language. So with the language or in the language, but we need the because we're talking about a specific language. So example, if you talk to Siri or if you talk to Alexa, you can actually interact in the language. Let's practice. If you practice with Alexa, can you actually interact in the language? That's right. If you practice with Siri, you can actually interact in the language. And in America, we don't say this.
Let's look at the example. I think it was my second year in uni when I finally learned how to be a good student. I think it was in my second year in uni when I finally got the hang of being a student. Oh, that's a nice expression.
We do not say in uni. This is something they say in England. In uni means in the university. But in America, we don't say this. Do not say in uni referring to college or a university. In America, we normally say in the university or in college. But don't say in uni. Not in America. Example, he's attending the university, but I can say he's in college. I know there are different kinds of colleges, and some colleges aren't universities, but in America, this is the most common way to say it. If somebody is attending a university, we usually say he's in college. Let's practice. He's attending a university. Is he in college? That's right, he's in college. Now let's talk about pronunciation. This is not correct.
Better Call Saul and some of the other shows.
I cannot pronounce it Better Call Saul. First, it's not beta, it's better. Use the sound like burger. Better, better. The T is a fast D. Da-da-da-da. Better. Better call Saul. Not call Saul, but call Saul. What's the difference? If I say call Saul, I'm using the long O sound. I need the sound aw like call, ball, and fall. Also with a name, the name is Saul. It's not Soul, it's Saul. So the correct pronunciation is Better Call Saul, not Better Call Saul. And I love this show. This is one of my favorite shows of all time, Better Call Saul. Let's practice. Have you watched this program? Have you watched the TV show Better Call Saul? Very good. This is also not correct.
They were paying extra attention to this plateau effect.
I cannot say the plateau effect. Plateau. The word is pronounced plateau. We have to use the short a sound like black cat. Plateau. The second vowel is a long o like know and go. Plateau. We stress both syllables. So we cannot say plateau and stress the second syllable. We have to stress both syllables and say plateau. So what is the plateau effect? The plateau effect is when you don't see any progress. You reach a plateau, a flat level. You reach a flat level and you feel like you're not advancing. That's called the plateau effect. This is also not correct.
Not only did Sheldon save my life, he didn't rat me out to the landlord.
I cannot say not only did Sheldon save my life, he didn't rat me out to the landlord. Rat me out? She means rat me out. We need a stop T at the end of rat. Rat or rat. You can make a T, rat, or a stop T, rat. Rat me out. What does it mean to rat me out? It means to tell on me. It means to tell someone who's an authority that I did something bad and that's going to get me in trouble. That's to rat me out. Not rat me out, but rat me out. Example, I broke the rules. Are you going to tell the boss? Are you going to rat me out? Good. Don't rat me out. Don't tell the boss I did something bad. This is also not correct.
We're gonna go through every section of the language. We're gonna talk about reading, we're gonna talk about vocabulary, grammar, and I will give you a list of things.
I cannot say we gonna go. We have the action we are, pronunciation, we're. Make the contraction, we're gonna go. I cannot say we gonna go. We need that R sound. We're gonna go. So example, we're gonna go through every section of the language, including grammar. Again, we're gonna go. We're gonna go through every section of the language, including grammar. Grammar. Not grandma, grammar. Let's practice. Are we gonna go through every section of the language, including grammar? That's right. We're gonna go through every section of the language, including grammar. This is also not correct.
And this is where your motivation starts disappearing because we constantly need this dopamine.
We constantly need this dopamine? The word is not pronounced dopamine. It's pronounced dopamine. I have to use the long E sound like green beans. Dopamine. I cannot use the short I sound like this is, dopamine. The word is pronounced dopamine. What is dopamine? It's like a chemical in your brain that gives you pleasure. Example, we say things that give you pleasure in your brain give you a hit of dopamine. A hit of dopamine. So what gives you a hit of dopamine? Listening to music can give you a hit of dopamine. Let's practice. Can listening to music give you a hit of dopamine? That's right. Listening to music can give you a hit of dopamine. So when we see words that end with ine, it's confusing because we have 3 different pronunciations of ine at the end of a word. Keep watching for a complete explanation and to practice more. Today we're learning this word, fiddle. Pronunciation, use the short I sound for the I. Fiddle, fiddle. And the LE makes a sound O, like table and bottle. Fiddle, fiddle. So what is a fiddle? This is a fiddle. I know you're thinking, that's a violin. And it is a violin, but sometimes we call it a fiddle. We call a violin a fiddle when people are playing folk music or country music. In this case, we don't call it a violin, we call it a fiddle. Example, he's playing a violin and he's playing country music. So we don't say he's playing a violin, we say he's playing a fiddle. Let's practice. What is he playing? Is he playing a fiddle or a violin? That's right, he's playing a fiddle. We don't say he's playing a violin because he's playing country music. It's different. And fiddle is also a verb. It's similar to fidget, but it's a little different. Example, he's touching his phone in a nervous, anxious way. So I can say he's fiddling with his phone. Fiddle in a continuous form, fiddling, fiddling. And we use the preposition with. He's fiddling with his phone. He's touching it in a nervous, anxious way. Can I say he's fidgeting with his phone? Sure, you can say that too. They're very similar. I can say he's fidgeting with his phone. But I think fiddle works better because he's using his fingers. That's how it's different. When you say someone's fiddling with something, they're using their fingers. They're touching it with their fingers. But if I say somebody's fidgeting, they can be using their hands or their whole body. It's not just about fingers. So let's use the verb fiddle. He's fiddling with his phone. Let's practice. Is he fiddling with his phone? That's right, he's fiddling with his phone. So remember, the word fiddle has two different meanings. It can mean a violin in a country or folk band, and it can be a verb, meaning to touch something in a nervous or anxious way. And remember, if you use the verb fiddle, use the preposition with. Fiddle with something, using your hands. Today we're going to talk about the correct pronunciation of words ending in I-N-E. If it's a one-syllable word, example, mine, it's always the long I sound, mine. But when you have more than one syllable, it can be one of three sounds. Valentine uses a long I, the same as mine, Valentine, Valentine. But sometimes it's pronounced with the sound E, like nicotine. Use the E sound, nicotine. And sometimes it sounds like I. Imagine, in, imagine. There's no way to know which sound to use when you're reading these words. So we're going to look at each one, and we're going to start with this sound, in, imagine. Let's take a closer look. So today we're going to talk about words ending with I-N-E, making the sound I, in, in. Example, imagine, examine, engine, discipline, feminine, and masculine. Let's practice the pronunciation. Example, imagine. Imagine is a verb or an action, and the pronunciation, imagine. The boy likes to imagine he's an astronaut. He likes to imagine traveling in space. After imagine, we use a gerund, traveling with ing. He imagines traveling in space. Let's take a closer look at the pronunciation. Pronunciation, imagine. I, im, a, ima. J, strong sound, j, image. I, imagine. 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 Stress on the second syllable. Imagine. 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 Can you imagine traveling in space? Let's practice. What does he like to imagine?
He likes to imagine he's an astronaut.
Does he like to imagine traveling in space?
Yes, he likes to imagine traveling in space.
Does the boy like to imagine he's an astronaut? Does he like to imagine traveling in space? Very good. Next word is examine. Examine, using the sound in for ine. Examine. It's a verb. The doctor has to examine the patient. I can make the verb in continuous, examining. What is the doctor doing? He's examining the patient. Pronunciation, examine. G, egg. Z, eggs, eggs. Exact. Exam, exam. Examine. Examine, examine. Stress on the second syllable. Examine, 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 examine. The doctor needs to examine the patient. Examine. Let's practice. Does the doctor have to examine the patient?
Yes, the doctor has to examine the patient.
Does the doctor have to examine the patient? Very good. Is the doctor examining the patient right now?
Yes, the doctor is examining the patient right now.
Is the doctor examining the patient right now? Very good. Next word is engine, making the sound in for the INE, engine. This is an engine. For one, an engine, a motor. The car is old and the engine is old, so this car needs a new engine. Pronunciation, engine. N, j, strong j, eng, engine. Engine, engine. Stress on the first syllable. Engine, engine, engine. He has to put a new engine in his old car. Engine. Let's practice. His car is old. Does he need to put a new engine in the car?
Yes, he needs to put a new engine in the car.
Does he need to put a new engine in the car? Very good. Next example, discipline. Discipline. When my children don't behave, no computer, no candy, and no TV. Discipline is a noun. I think discipline is important. And discipline is a verb. I discipline my children. I discipline my child when he doesn't behave. Pronunciation, discipline. Dis, discipline, 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 discipline. Stress on the first syllable. Discipline, discipline, discipline. I think discipline is important, and I discipline my children when they don't behave. Let's practice. Do you think discipline is important?
Yes, I think discipline is important.
Do you discipline your children?
Yes, I discipline my children.
Does she think discipline is important? Does she discipline her children? Very good. Example, feminine. Feminine is an adjective. It describes anything that looks like a girl, like a woman. Feminine. The dog has a pink bow and a pink collar. The dog looks feminine, like a girl. Pronunciation, feminine. Fe, fem, femme. Femin. Feminine, feminine. Feminine, feminine, feminine. Stress on the first syllable. Feminine, feminine. Your dog will look feminine if you put a pink bow on it. Let's practice. Does the dog look feminine?
Yes, the dog looks feminine.
What makes the dog look feminine?
The pink bow makes the dog look feminine.
Does the dog look feminine? What makes the dog look feminine? Very good. Example, masculine. Masculine is an adjective. Describes something that looks like a boy, like a man. This dog looks masculine, like a boy, like a man, not like a girl. The dog looks masculine. Pronunciation, masculine. Ma, mass, k, mask, y, mask, y, mask, mask, mascule, mascule, masculine, 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 masculine. Stress on the first syllable, mask, masculine, masculine, masculine. Your dog will look masculine if you dress him like Batman. Masculine. Let's practice. Does the dog look masculine or feminine?
The dog looks masculine.
Does the dog look masculine or feminine? Very good. So remember these words. Words ending in ine can have different pronunciations. All of these have the sound in. Imagine, examine, engine, discipline, feminine, and masculine.
Thank you for watching.
And if you want to improve your pronunciation and avoid making mistakes, subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching. We're focusing on these words right now because my students make more mistakes with this pronunciation than others. So let's practice this one. So we're going to practice the pronunciation of the sound in for ine. Example, medicine, margarine, intestine, genuine, famine, and jasmine. Let's take a closer look. Our first example, medicine. Pronunciation is in, medicine, medicine. Medicine is not countable usually. We don't say a medicine or medicines. Some medicine. Do you take any medicine? No, I don't take any medicine. Or yes, I take some medicine. Remember, the action is take. I take medicine. No eat, no drink. Take. Pronunciation, medicine. Me, d, med, mede, s, medis, medici, medicine, medicine. Stress on the first syllable, medicine, medicine. Not countable, no just medicine. Don't forget to take your medicine. Let's practice. Do you take any medicine?
No, I don't take any medicine.
Do you take any medicine? Does she take any medicine? Very good. Next we have margarine. Margarine is not real butter. It's similar to butter, but it's not real butter. I prefer real butter. I don't like margarine. Pronunciation, margarine. Open sound, ma. Mar, mar. J, strong j. Marge. Marger, marger. Marjorie, marjorie. Margarine, margarine, margarine. 3 syllables, stress on the first syllable. Marge, margarine, margarine. I don't like margarine. Let's practice. Do you cook with a lot of margarine?
No, I don't cook with a lot of margarine.
Do you cook with margarine? Does she cook with margarine? Very good. Next we have intestine. So remember, the ine is pronounced in, intestine. 1 intestine, 2 intestines. That's right, you have 2. You have a large intestine, but first the food goes through the small intestine. So intestines. Pronunciation, intestine. In, t, int, inte, s, intest, t, intest, intesti, intestine. 1 intestine, 2 intestines, intestines. Intestines. My intestines are healthy. Let's practice. Do you have any problems with your intestines?
No, I don't have any problems with my intestines.
Good. Does she have any problems with her intestines? Very good. Next we have genuine. So remember, the ine is pronounced in. Genuine. Genuine is 100% real, not fake. Genuine. I prefer genuine leather. I don't like fake leather. I like genuine, real leather. Pronunciation, genuine. J, j. Gen, y, genu. Genu, genu. Genuine. 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 First syllable, stress, genuine. 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 Let's practice. Do you like genuine leather?
Yes, I like genuine leather.
Do you like genuine leather? Very good. Next we have famine. Famine is countable. For one, a famine. There is a famine in their country. They don't have enough food for the people. All the people are very, very hungry, and they are dying and getting sick because they have no food. There is a famine in their country. Pronunciation, famine. Fa, fam, famine. 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 Stress on the first syllable. Famine. It's countable, a famine. There is a famine in some countries. Famine. Let's practice. Is there a famine in their country?
Yes, there is a famine in their country.
Is there a famine in your country?
No, there is no famine in my country.
Is there a famine in her country? Is there a famine in their country? Very good. Next we have jasmine. Jasmine is a flower, and you can make tea with jasmine. I don't like jasmine tea. It's not my favorite. Jasmine. Pronunciation, jasmine. J. Ja. Z, jazz. Jazz. Jasmine. 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 Stress the first syllable. Jasmine. Jasmine is a flower, and I don't like jasmine tea. Let's practice. Do you like jasmine tea?
Yes, I like jasmine tea.
Do you like jasmine tea? Does she like jasmine tea? Very good. So remember these special words ending with ine. We pronounce them all the same, in. Remember, medicine, margarine, intestine or intestines, more than one, genuine, famine. Remember, it's countable, a famine, and jasmine. Hello, welcome to English for Everyone. Today we're doing part 3 of words ending with ine. If it's one syllable, we pronounce it long, I, like mine. If you have more than one syllable, we have 3 different pronunciations. Sometimes it's I, like Valentine. Sometimes it's E, like nicotine. And sometimes it's in, like imagine. We're focusing on this pronunciation today. It's the 3rd and final video about this pronunciation. Let's take a closer look. So all of these words are pronounced with the in sound for the ine. Turban, adrenaline, heroin, doctrine, determine, and urine. Let's practice. These 2 words are pronounced exactly the same. turban, he's wearing a turban, and turban. This is a turban. In America, it's more common to hear turban, but in England, they say turbine. Some people in America say turbine, but it's more common in America to say turban. Example, these are wind turbines. They create electricity from the wind. Pronunciation, turban. T. Tur, b, turb. I, turbid. Turban. Turban. Wind turbines generate electricity. Turban. Let's practice. Are these wind turbines?
Yes, these are wind turbines.
What do wind turbines do?
Wind turbines create electricity from the wind.
Are these wind turbines? What do wind turbines do? Very good. Next we have adrenaline. Adrenaline. Remember, INE here is pronounced in. Adrenaline. Adrenaline. You get a rush of adrenaline when you think you're going to die. So, she got a rush of adrenaline when she jumped out of the plane. Adrenaline. Adrenaline. J. Remember, DR together make the sound J. So again, J. Adj. Adjur. Adjur. Adre. Adre. Adren. Adren. Adrena. Adrena. Adrenal. Adrenali. Adrenali. Adrenaline. 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 You get a rush of adrenaline when you think you're going to die. Adrenaline. Let's practice. Did she get a rush of adrenaline when she jumped out of the plane?
Yes, she got a rush of adrenaline when she jumped out of the plane.
Did she get a rush of adrenaline when she jumped out of the plane? Very good. Next we have heroin. The pronunciation is the same. The drug heroin and the person heroine. Hero is for a boy, and for a girl we say heroine. It's a girl hero. So Black Widow is the heroine of the Avengers. Pronunciation, heroine. Air, hair, 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 hero, hero, heroine, 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 heroine. Remember, heroine is the pronunciation for the drug, and heroine is a female hero. Pronunciation, heroine. Heroine. She's the heroine of the story. Let's practice. Who is the heroine of the Avengers?
Black Widow is the heroine of the Avengers.
Who is the heroine of the Avengers? Very good. Next, we have doctrine. Remember pronunciation? In. Doctrine. Doctrine. The nuns follow a strict doctrine. Or you can say they have a strict doctrine. Doctrine is countable. A doctrine. They have a strict doctrine. A doctrine is rules for a religion or organization. Their rules are a doctrine. Pronunciation, doctrine. D. A, da. K, doc. Ch, doc, ch. Remember, when you have TR together, it makes the chicken sound, ch. So again, doc, ch. Doc, ch. Docture. Docture. Doctre. Doctrine. Doctrine. They follow a strict doctrine. Doctrine. Let's practice. Do they follow a strict doctrine?
Yes, they follow a strict doctrine.
Do they follow a strict doctrine? Very good. Determine. Determine is a verb. So I change the verb. If I say a positive attitude determines if you have success or not. So a positive attitude determines your success. Determined with ed is an adjective. He is determined. He will not quit. He will not stop. He will reach his goal. He is determined to learn English. Determine. D. I. D. T. Dit. Deter. Determ. Determ. I. Determine. 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 Stress is on the third syllable. Determine. Determine. Determine? What determines your success? A positive attitude determines your success. Or, if you say, I am determined to learn English, then we have the sound D. I'm determined. I'm very determined. Let's practice. Does a positive attitude determine your success?
Yes, a positive attitude determines your success.
Does a positive attitude determine your success? Very good. Is he determined to learn English?
Yes, he's determined to learn English.
Is he determined to learn English? Are you determined to learn English? Very good. Our last word is urine. When you take a drug test, they test your urine. This is a cup of urine. So you can say he needs to take a drug test or he needs to take a urine test. They're the same. Pronunciation, urine. Your, ur, ure. Urine. Stress on the first syllable. Urine. 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 They test your urine for drugs. Let's practice. Do they test your urine for drugs?
Yes, they test your urine for drugs.
Do they test your urine for drugs? Very good. So remember, these words are special. They have a special pronunciation. Pronounced in. Example, turban, adrenaline, heroin, doctrine, determine, and urine. This is part 3 of a video of all of these words that have the same sound. So go check out part 1 and part 2. And those are all the words you need to know with this pronunciation.
Thank you for watching.
And if you want to improve your pronunciation and avoid common mistakes in English, subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.